And welcome to another episode of Chris Sees the Internet. It is not Sunday. We're usually on Sundays at 7 p.m., but it is Tuesday.
Still a fun day.
It's still a fun day. We can turn Tuesday. Look at it this way. We get to break up the monotony of your week. You know, you get a little Chris Sees the Internet right here. We're on a special day because we had quite an adventure this Sunday.
Sure did.
If this is your first time tuning in, thank you. You're catching us on a off but a on day because we're on today. It's lit for sure. We got stories for you guys. We got dope interviews. My name is KILLcRey. My co-host OG Hip Hop Eddie in the house.
What's up?
Yeah, man. Welcome to Chris Sees the Internet. We got two dope interviews with two dope artists. I'm going to be talking about the topic of being a lifelong artist and the thinking behind that. What it's like to choose art as a living and to pursue it with no end. And we're going to be talking to the homie Philieano and the queen, Kandi Cole.
Yeah. Dope.
Two veteran MCs who've been in the game for quite some time now. And we're going to be talking to them about their thought process, how they put together their art, and a bunch of other stuff. So you tuned in on a good night if this is your first time tuning in to Chris Sees the Internet. Man, this Sunday, so I'm a part of a group, if this is your first time. I'm a part of a group called the Invisible Ponchos. We're a hip-hop group, a hip-hop cult, more accurately. And we had a performance this past Sunday in the IE. Shout out to the IE. Shout out to San Bernardino. Always good peoples out there.
Yes.
It's a shame that people say it's like a violent area. A lot of people tell us that San Bernardino is very violent. I've met nothing but really cool people. But I guess every area has its issues. But that had nothing to do with the story. I was just on a tangent. Shout out to Tangent, by the way. Oh, man, I'm working tonight. You see how I'm connecting?
Yeah,
I'm just connecting.
It's in.
Shout out to the homie Tangent that we saw perform. But yeah, we went there. Shout out to Brick to Your Face. A Sincere for having us out. And we were out there doing our rapidy raps, and it went good. It went good. It was really cool. A lot of great artists, a lot of great people. I mean, pretty much a
all around great
great day. I had boba for the first time. Which we'll talk about all together too, because I don't know if I'm buying it, man.
It kind of all wraps up.
The boba thing. I'm not sure that's a real thing. I don't know if I believe boba. I don't know if it's real. I mean, concentrate, Eddie. Listen to me. You explained it to me. Don't act like you literally explained to me what it was. We had an hour-long conversation on this. Boba doesn't make sense to me. I don't get what it is.
Something to chew on, man.
It's just something to chew on in your drink. You're buying things to chew on in your drink. It doesn't necessarily change the flavor of anything.
No.
I had it with and without the little boba balls, and there was no different taste. So I don't know. I don't know what the scam is, but it's popular, and it wasn't not good. It was tasty, but nonetheless. So we go up there. We have a show. We rock it. It was dope. Kicked it. Smoked a little bit. Chilled out. Ate. And then as the day started to wrap up, we're having a conversation with the homie Noah James. And those are always good conversations.
Yes, they are.
But I think we were just all kind of like philosophizing on art and whatnot. We pack up, get everything in the car because we had a merch table out there as well. PlatformCollection was out there fully representing. Shout out to the Heartful Truth. Shout out to Gene Flow. They were all in the house. But we get in our car. Eddie's driving. Eddie's usually the driver. At least anytime I'm performing, usually Eddie's the driver. And so he was driving myself and Gene Flow. And we get in the car. We drive to the corner because we're going to go get some gas. I mean, literally
not even a block away from
half a block from the venue. We drive to the corner.
Yep.
Start to cross an intersection, and out of seemingly nowhere, a car comes straight forward, and they just kind of, I don't even think they were turning. They were going to turn. They just kind of veered. And kablammy.
Gotcha. They got me.
head-on collision in the middle of an intersection. And now we can go ahead and let the memes go because since we're the invisible ponchos, nobody saw us. It was impossible for the gentleman to see us.
Yeah.
And he just rammed right into us. And ironically enough, when we got out of the car, I mean, by the way, at this point, the front of Eddie's car is pretty much donezo.
It has moved on.
Yeah. The other guy's car took a pretty hit, but he was low, right? Because it looked like he kind of went under. He hit the tire mostly.
Yeah. My tire saved him.
Yeah, the tire kind of saved him. But I mean, it was a pretty big crash.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a pretty big crash. In retrospect, when I look back on it, in fact, I think I have some pictures here.
Yeah, I remember when
Let me try to bring up some pictures.
And then my car was just able to move over to the shoulder to the side of the street, and then from there it never moved again.
Yeah, that was weird, right? Because it kept running.
Mm-hmm.
It was boom, we hit, and the crazy thing is, for many of you who've been in car accidents and whatnot, I'm sure you can relate to this. It goes like slow motion sometimes. Sometimes they're very fast, but I'm sure it's not weird to hear that it goes slow motion, and it was slow motion. I was in the back seat in the middle, kind of had my seatbelt on, luckily. And I was just talking to Gene and Eddie, and I could see the car, and I was like, Eddie, and I couldn't tell that the car was veering over until the last minute. I just noticed that it wasn't slowing down at all. Like it was coming to the intersection, and it wasn't slowing down.
Coming for me.
And as they got closer, dude, my heart dropped because I realized that the guy was bent down, like grabbing something under his steering wheel. I couldn't even see his head. I could just see it kind of like the top of his head. Uh-huh. And he was with his lady, and his lady's in the passenger seat, and her eyes just get huge. And I can see it all in real time. I could see Eddie gripping the steering wheel, pushing down on the brake. In the accident, Eddie was the only one who broke. The other guy, our car broke him. So he stopped because he hit the car. But he didn't hit his brake until it was already donezo. So yeah, we got slammed into, and we've been at the show now. We were at the show in the event for a good.
Yeah, we had been there since about
5-6 hours.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, 6 hours, man.
So we were at the event for 6 hours. Mm. Boom, this happens.
30 minutes later,
we're in downtown San Bernardino.
4th and D.
Everybody is gone, by the way. If for some reason everybody went the other direction, maybe they knew it was going to happen. Everybody went the other direction. All the homies drove off, into the sunset, and we were going to go get gas. Because Eddie's gas buddy told him to go that way.
Yeah, I had found
we might sue gas buddy.
It was because of them,
But
yeah, man, what for 509?
Yeah. Oh, so then we ended up having to wait for the. I got the pictures right here. Boom,
the AAA, man.
There's the pictures of Eddie's car. If you're catching this on the audio version, sorry, but on the video version, we're showing pictures of Eddie's car, and Eddie's car no longer has a front.
No, it has moved. Yeah,
and it was weird because let me see if I can get some more here. It was weird because, like, the way the car, it's almost like it completely took off the front of the car because, like, the steel part, like the frame is exposed. Like the front of the car, like you could see the frame. Like the frame is right in here. This area right in here is the frame.
I think that's what saved us and that other car.
Yeah, dude. That frame was fucking.
It did its work.
It did its job, guys.
Yeah.
Wear your seatbelts and get a car with a good frame, and you're good. But yeah, man. Crazy, right? And so then we were there for, this was, honestly, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. And I definitely count my blessings. It could have been so much worse.
Right. Yeah.
Just a little, had Eddie not hit the brake, had Eddie seen it too late, had Eddie turned the car, put it this way, had he turned right a little bit more, he would have caught the car on his door.
Right.
And for sure, we wouldn't be he wouldn't be on the show today. It would just be me.
I'll be via hospital.
And if it was the other way, Gene Flo would have got it. So Head On was it. And
that was the only choice that happened. Yeah, as you were saying it, bro, I could picture it still in my head. It's so slow motion where I could see the guy coming, and I'm like, whoa, like it was just, and then boom, like it just happened. Like it was just so slow. That part felt slow.
Yeah, you know what's weird is when I see it in my head, I saw everybody's face. It had to happen in seconds, but I saw your face. I saw you grip. I saw your eyes get big. I saw you grip. I looked at your hands on the steering wheel. I looked to the right. I saw Gene. Gene went, yo! Like he just yelled out. He was like, yo!
Which that didn't stop.
And unfortunately, it didn't help. It didn't slow anything down. Yeah. But it was a hefty yeah. Like if we need a battle cry, Gene is the guy.
Yeah, he got
Gene
it.
Flo was like, yo! Almost like on his show with the echo, yo, yo, yo.
Yeah.
And then I saw the girl's face. Because she reached over and grabbed the dude, like to pull him up. Because dude, who knows what he dropped under the steering wheel. Oh, and here's the kicker, ladies and gentlemen. This is why, man, I'm telling you. You know, I mean, I'm from the ghetto. So driving with no insurance and license, I am not going to say it's never been done. It's kind of a regular thing. But, man, get yourself some insurance if you can get insurance, boy, because Eddie was fully covered. And unfortunately, the gentleman who hit us was not.
Nope. No license.
No license. No nothing, right?
He hadn't even changed the ownership of the vehicle.
Yeah, he just got that car pretty much.
Well, he actually got
3
it
months ago, right?
December, yep. And it's like, you haven't changed ownership? Ooh.
Yeah, there was like... So this is where we were at. Then we're in a conundrum because what do you do? You know? I
called 911 and they said if nobody's hurt, then you got to just kind of figure it out yourself. Exchange information.
Right. Yeah, and we were. Yeah, my neck is kind of fucked up right now. Eddie's neck is. It's just normal whiplash shit, man. There was pretty much no way to avoid whiplash in the situation. Right. Also, like my shoulder is kind of fucked up because I think the steering wheel just grabbed tight. But nonetheless, the guy didn't have anything, guys. He had like a pink slip with his name written on it. He had a driver's license. And then this is I left this part out.
ID.
I left this part out. When they hit us, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people in the car. There were 6 people in the car. 3 of them were kids in the back seat. So not only there was no way that they had seatbelts on, there was too many people in the car. I mean, you see where we're going with this. Even if I'm hurt, if I call the popos, this dude's going to jail. He's going to jail. I mean, there is no way he's not going to jail. Like,
yeah, you
know, and the fines alone are crazy. So at the time, I think we were still kind of in shock. I didn't feel any pain really. Not that much. I was just tense. Yeah. So we were just like, nah, man, we told him like you should probably get out of here. Like, go. We got his information, the license plate, the insurance is taking care of the rest. Eventually, unfortunately, yeah, dude's probably gonna pay for it in a numerous amount of ways. One being probably like, you know, some kind of law enforcement stuff, but
that wasn't the time for him. It's
and I don't think we weren't like, you know what I mean? We were all, everybody's alive, so not trying to see nobody getting arrested in front of their kids or like
nobody's beat. I mean, but remember the kids, for some reason
someone came and grabbed the kids.
Someone came right away, pulled up to the car, kids got put in that car, and then they just bounced.
Yeah.
And then it was just like, I mean, they knew. They had to like, we got to get these kids out of here.
I mean, in an alternate universe, had I been in this gentleman's situation, I would have to say he handled it very well.
He did.
He was definitely upset, but upset at himself.
Yes, he was.
He immediately claimed fault, and it was a wrap. I mean, for all we knew, he thought he was going to jail. So when he bounced, he got to bounce, and he was out.
Mm-hmm.
We, however,
Did not.
Because here's the thing, guys. We're in San Bernardino. Me and Eddie live in San Diego. And so did Gene. And luckily, I left out this part.
Blessing.
Right when we got hit, 7 Octobers and Melly from The Heartful Truth, PlatformCollection, shout out.
Oh, yeah.
They were up there with us. But they were in another car. So they had just stopped to get gas right before getting on the freeway to head home to San Diego. And we called them and we caught them there. And so they were able to come back because we knew even if we got it towed, they weren't going to take all three of us back in the tow truck. You know, or likely there wasn't going to be enough room. So we would have been stranded up there. And I didn't have plans on staying in San Bernardino overnight on a Sunday. So they were there. So that meant the entire PlatformCollection team, sans Parker, who must have known.
I know.
Parker knew.
He knew not to go.
But everybody except Parker, we all had to stay out there for 4 to 5 hours, maybe.
Yeah, I think the tow truck showed up around 12.
Yeah,
maybe 12:30.
It was almost as long as the entire event that we were at.
Oh, true that.
We waited for a tow truck because I think the deal was right. They were calling for tow trucks.
They called
AAA was calling for tow trucks, and
we were getting canceled because it's a 2-hour drive.
Yeah,
or 2-hour tow.
Who wants to do that on a Sunday night? If you live in San Bernardino, I mean, it's probably good money, but I'm sure you got to have the time. You got to have, So we had to wait out there forever, and then finally we got someone. I'll tell you what, we didn't not think of like just driving it anyways.
Right.
We were going to try to rip off that whole front and drive it, but the car was dead. Yeah. It pretty much from the intersection, it just
barely made it there,
yeah, we just drove it to the side of like to the curb, and then I guess it just died. Because when we tried to start it up again, it was done. We tried to jump it, it was done. And then that sealed our fate.
You're not going anywhere but here.
Yeah, we were definitely going to have to wait for a tow truck. So that was our Sunday, man.
Yeah.
With the invisible ponchos. What is the lesson out of this? Don't be invisible.
Oh,
I guess.
They won't see you.
Invisibility has its downsides.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes other cars don't see you
at all.
So what's are you, and now what? You're just waiting on the insurance stuff and all that?
Yeah. So tomorrow I'm going to get a call. I'm going to talk to the adjuster, but I did have to go to the doctor. So tomorrow I got another doctor's visit. Just kind of check my back. I got x-rays on my back and on my side. So they just kind of want to make sure. I mean, they're even talking about lawyer stuff. So I'll figure out all that stuff tomorrow. But other than that, just tomorrow I'll talk to the adjuster and see what story, I mean, or what's the process, I mean, of what happens after once,
man.
They want details. I got to send them those pictures. So I'm going to send them those pictures. And then other than that, most likely they're going to try to get a hold of that other person. So, I mean, that other person didn't even have a phone number. So,
which is a dead end, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Like them going to find the other person.
They're going to try to send letters to the ID address, but I mean, I don't even...
Most likely doesn't live there.
Yeah, it doesn't live there for sure. Because both of those addresses, the pink slip...
I mean, dude didn't even have an ID. He had an ID in a phone.
Yeah.
Allegedly. Mind you, I'm not stupid. We know that this is all like alleged, but what are you going to do in a situation like that? We're going to like hold him down and frisk him? Yeah. Give me your ID, fool. Moral of the story, insurance.
Insurance, for sure. And when you buy a car... try to immediately register it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's on his side. I'm saying, I mean, that's all smart people. Just do your normal smart people stuff. Yeah. I'm saying if you get hit, the best thing that could happen is that you have insurance because this could have been a really fucked up situation.
Mm-hmm. If both parties did.
Yeah. Eddie could have no car, you know what I mean?
No, nothing, man.
Yeah. Well, you'd be down to one car, but still.
Well, he
doesn't want to be a 2-car family. He doesn't want to be a 1-car family. He wants to be a 2-car family.
I got 1 car.
And so yeah. But yeah, we're okay. Shout out to the IE though.
Yes.
Always an adventure with y'all.
It has been, yes. Thank you.
Always an adventure. So I
But
think,
I'm glad we're safe.
yeah, I'm glad we're safe. But yeah, head on. I mean, it's kind of weird when you think about it, like that it was a head on collision.
Yeah, I mean,
But
we made it.
not a dent.
Mm.
Well, I mean, a big dent, but not on us.
That's right. Because I mean, we're a little powerful.
I mean, we're invisible. We should wear reflectors then, I guess,
Yeah, I guess we could.
because that doesn't.
I'm probably gonna put lights on my car, like little shiny lights.
Yeah, like a UFO,
There you
like
go.
just lights going around around,
Yeah.
because I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, just or those big headlights that those trucks have. I'm just gonna put them on the Nissan, even though it doesn't,
Like the giant ones.
yeah, even though it doesn't. It won't, I don't know where I put it, but I'll make it
Nah,
happen.
I mean, really, we could have used like something in the front, like a rammer thing.
Mm.
You know, I feel like that would have been that could have worked. A rammer.
Yeah, I guess so. Man.
Recording in progress.
You haven't got nobody to tell you about that?
No, nobody's told me how to turn that off yet.
Come on, somebody out there.
We're working on it.
We're working on these.
Let me get this thing cracking.
Cool. So we got Philieano coming up right now, 7:30.
Yeah,
pretty dope. And just
the homie Philieano is going to be coming on. We just caught Philieano live. He was on the bill with us at the Tumex birthday party. Shout out to Out the House. But yeah, he was on there, and so I want to talk to Philieano. If you don't know him, he's got a long history inside the LA underground. He is a guy that is he's a guy. Hold on a sec here. Hold on. I'm sorry. I was reading the chat. How do you feel about Save Yourself and his other success? Oh, they're asking questions. Shout out to Jason Sandoval. Well, we'll talk about that after. Yeah, we got the homie Philieano coming up. And yeah, longtime LA Underground MC, lifetime artist, super talented dude.
Yes, he is, bro.
Amazing vocalist, I think, and amazing writer, producer. Mm-hmm. He engineers. He's probably engineered some records you guys have heard. He's a neighbor.
He's a Tumex neighbor.
He's a Tumex neighbor. He's a friend.
That was the first time I've seen him perform, man.
He's a doobie raider.
He is a doobie raider.
Yeah. That was the first time you got to catch him, right?
I catch him performing.
Yeah, I want to talk a little bit about his history. Mm-hmm. And so we got the Zoom line open. We're just waiting on it.
I touched base with him right
stopped.
Now. Oh man!
And I stopped the recording because we don't want the FBI to get this, because I'm pretty sure Philieano's on the list, being a revolutionary and all.
Yeah,
he for sure is on the list. So
everybody on that block where he lives at.
Yeah, so we have the Zoom line open. We're just waiting for him to come in. Mm-hmm. And let me shout out the chat room real quick. Shout out to Jason Sandoval, Melly Moreno. Yeah. Jasmine Reyes. Let me take. So Jason asked, you guys being from SD, how do you feel about Save Yourself and his other success? So he's talking about Save Yourself. Shout out to Save Yourself, by the way. He's the homie. In fact, we shot it's not out anymore. In fact, we took it down. We were doing this series called Verb, where we followed an artist for a day, and Save Yourself was one of those artists. And maybe we will re-release it. But we took it down because he was building all the stuff with Fools Gone Wild. He's the founder of Fools Gone Wild, creator. He's having a lot of success. I mean, what can you say? I think it's dope. I can tell you this. If you need to know about Save Yourself, I can tell you that dude's been grinding for many, many years. He's worked super, super hard to get what he's got. So I can't take nothing away from that dude. Shout out to Save Yourself. Shout out to Fools Gone Wild. All right. Looks like we got Philieano on. Philly, if you are on, I don't have a camera yet. The homie Philieano is in the house.
There he is.
Boom. Okay. Philieano is here. Let me see if I can brighten up your camera a little bit here, brother.
You got a little bit more light over there.
I think it's just the one in the back. We're just getting the light going so you guys can see my dude. Philly, I could probably just fix it here on my side.
I'm kind of a dark character, you know.
I know, but I think I can fix it here on my side. So I think we're good.
Cool, no problem.
Word up, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, Philieano is in the house.
Yes, sir.
Give it up.
What's up,
dude? Thank you so much, man, for joining the show. Man, I've been wanting to get you on. When we started this season, we put your name on there because I was like, man, we need to sit down with you. I want to pick your brain. You've always been a really creative dude. Today's theme we're talking about on the show is about being like a lifelong artist and choosing art as like the thing that drives you. You were definitely one of those artists. You've never really stopped creating. Like, you've taken, obviously normal hiatus like any other artist, but you have a body of work that continues to come out, and you got new shit even coming out soon. Can you talk to us a little bit about like how you got started? Like how long have you been doing it officially, would you say?
My first album came out on Skunk Records, which is, Sublime. The members of Sublime made up Skunk Records for their independent label when Sublime first came out, before they had a record deal and all that. So I've always, that's like my family, the Sublime guys. So I've always been doing music like since I was a little kid. I've been rapping since I was like 9 years old with those guys playing and shit.
Yeah.
So it's like embedded in me between my mom and my brother. My older brother did the artwork for Sublime, and he did the iconic sun image.
Yeah, wow.
Oh, that's fine.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, so he did a lot of their other artworks and shit for years, and then he became the singer of Long Beach Sub All Stars after Bradley passed.
Gotcha.
For Sublime.
Gotcha.
So they did a group with all their friends, and they called it Long Beach Sub All Stars.
Yeah, I remember.
And so those guys kind of like, I was always around them. And I got my foot in the door with Miguel, which is a creator of Skunk Records, along with Bradley. And Miguel hooked me up and seen something inside of me. And he bought me an MPC, and he gave me a bunch of equipment. And all the equipment I still use today to record, most of it I got from him.
Wow.
Miguel.
Oh, that's dope.
Wow.
Yeah, so I put my first album out in 2007.
Okay.
So
okay.
That's the long answer right there.
Did you, so let me ask you this. At that time, like say around 2007, you're putting out your first project. Like artistically, did you already like kind of know what your voice was? Like, did you know where you were at with it? Like, did you know like, this is what I want to say, this is who I am? Like, where were you at?
Not at all. I thought I was the best. Like, I thought I was the shit. Like, I thought I was watching like Lil Wayne and everyone back when I was like 16 years old. I'm watching them and watching all these people, and I'm like, I'm better than that. Even though I didn't have like, my work wasn't better than that. Like a few demos I make when I was real young, they weren't better than that. But I knew there was something inside me where I'm always competitive. Like, so I was always battle rapping people and shit growing up and shit.
Yeah.
So I always held myself like better than everyone, like when it comes to rapping and shit. I mean,
yeah, it's
inside my brain, like it's embedded inside my head to just murder people with lyrics, like every time like anyone wants to challenge or anything, like
you're on some MC shit.
Yeah, it's always been like that. So like, I don't know, it's crazy.
That's tight, man.
But I mean, it comes out. I mean, the thing is like
fucking big head motherfucker, like, you know what I'm saying? I got a big ego because I could rap good and shit.
And then, so why do you feel like it switched? Because somewhere along the way, you started to talk about like much bigger topics. Like you started to hit like bigger things. Like I hear in your music, like in your music, there's like everything from like revolution to spirituality to like you discovering shit about yourself. Like, and you package it to me, bro. Like this is one of my favorite things about your music. I think, tell me if you feel me on this. Like, I think that you're like a very musical artist. You know what I mean? Like, it seems like you put like definitely a lot of thought into being musical. Like you like we just saw you perform. And one of the things that stuck out for me as an artist was like, yo, his beat selection is amazing. His melodies are amazing. So even if you're a person who doesn't know lyrics and doesn't know that, like you can still bump this shit. Like this has something for everybody. Where does that part come from? Because like our counterparts, right, in the underground, there's people who are not beat heavy and they're not really into that part of it. But it seems like you are. Why are you into that?
It's because of my brother and my mother, actually. My mom would like play the craziest eclectic jazz music for me growing up. So I grew up listening to people scatting and like melodies of jazz melodies, like, and Bob Marley, like mixed, like playing all day in my house and shit when I was real little. But then it's more like eclectic reggae too, like a lot of reggae.
Yeah.
There's a big reggae influence there. Some of my favorite singers are reggae artists. And that's like, my favorite singers are reggae artists, put like basically out of any singers, like category and shit. So like, it has a lot to do with a lot of reggae influence and a lot of stuff that my brother was doing. Like he wasn't a singer. He was an artist and a tattoo artist. And he found his voice singing like for a tribute situation, and then ended up being the main singer for the whole band after that. Like he wasn't trying to be a singer.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I grew up watching him and being around him, and he was a big influence on me to sing. I could rap. I always could rap, but I didn't always sing. So yeah, that's that. The musical stuff, yeah, for him and rest in peace, Toko Tasi. Tasi was a big singing influence on me because he sang all of his songs. He didn't even rap.
Yeah, yeah.
We did a lot of music together and stuff. And since me coming up, since like my first demos and stuff. So yeah, it's like a lot of it comes from those guys, you know, a lot of people around me and a lot of influence of good music.
Yeah, man. I think it's you know what I mean? It's like your palette. I like your palette of music.
The hip hop thing, like the rap thing, it made me want to be so underground, battle rap, hardcore, MC, sophisticated, like multiple syllable wordplay, like LMC, right? But I didn't have that. Like I was embarrassed, like not embarrassed, but I wasn't ready to sing. Like I didn't know how to like articulate myself singing wise. And then I watched Tasi do it. And that's him right there on the video right there. I watched Toko Tasi do it, and I watched my brother do it. And I'm like, if they could sing, man, I could sing. Like, you know, so I guess I always had melodies in my head of like musical stuff. I just was on some MC hip hop shit when I first started though. So I guess I wasn't singing as much. And I just, you know, I built my voice up from there.
I mean, I think it's dope, bro. Cause I love it. To me, I always love it when artists use like all their weapons. You know what I mean? Like if they can do it and they find like a clever way to make it, because you know this as well, like being an MC, you know, like singing, if it's not done right, it could be mad cheesy. It could be mad corny. It could be, so when you do it right, like it's a weapon, bro. That's like it's not easily matched because you could be, because you are a dude who can bar out. You're a dude who can really rap, and other people can do that too. But can then then write a dope melody and make people dance. People were dancing during your set, bro. I saw it. People were dancing during your set. That's not something you see a lot with bar heavy MCs, but you're dropping bars on them and they're still dancing. And to me, that was like, that's literally my favorite type of music. Like that's my favorite type of music. Cause I feel like that person, in order to make that kind of music, you really got to care about like every part of it for it to be good. You know what I mean? Like you really got to care.
I think it's just quality. Yeah. I care about what I put out. Like there's a quality aspect of like musical integrity, I call it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I won't do certain things. I won't say certain things, maybe, you know, like I grew up saying the N-word, and in my hood, that's how it is. Like all the Hispanics and all the Asians and Cambodians, we say it, you know what I'm saying? Growing up in school and everyone's close to each other. But in other hoods in LA, people ain't like, Mexicans are to themselves more. There's more Mexicans in one area. There's more Asians in one area. But growing up in Long Beach, you get that melting pot where everyone's on the same street. So everyone's like, you know, with the same slang, like the same influence. Like,
yeah.
So I grew up, you know, talking like that and stuff. And there's certain things I won't do. Like I don't say it on songs at all, really. And I don't say it nowadays either because I grew out of it, even though I could say it all I want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some people don't understand it.
Yeah.
Like a lot of gente, they don't understand it, but a lot of them do. It's weird. It's a mixed thing and shit. And I just understand the connotations of like the whole history behind it and learning about what words you're saying and what you're
Yeah.
using. And shit, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I don't want to use certain magical spells. You know what I'm saying? Like
Word.
even like other type of lyrics and different kind of like, yeah, it's all spells, bro. So for me, it's like, it's not me. It comes through me. A lot of the shit. Like I think I was heavily influenced early on. Like I could write shit really fast, and I don't know. I think it just if someone tells me to work and there's a goal to it, I'm gonna get it done right now, like right away. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
waiting, sitting on things. It just comes out. Like the quality just comes out. Like I don't even think about it too hard. I focus on wordplay if I'm doing like verses and shit and like writing songs. I just focus on wordplay and then whatever is inside me, I guess, just comes out with what I'm talking about and it ends up making sense, you know? So,
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it feels like, I mean, because I think we've talked about that with a lot of artists on the show about like that time when you tap into like whatever it is that brings you that inspiration and it kind of just flows through you. And artists on the show have talked about like, yeah, I've created whole songs and then after think about like, how did I do that? Like, how did that come? Like, how did I decide for it? And how did it end up sounding like this? That wasn't what was in my head at the very beginning.
yeah.
And I feel like that's just a practice skill. You know what I mean? Like it is a practice skill, like getting open.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like just learning how to get open. What are ways that you get other than like say weed? What are ways that you get open?
Just being focused. I mean,
Yeah.
like I said, like if there's a goal for some, I'm more like tired of like not being appreciated on certain like levels. Like when I've been doing this shit for a long time, so I don't
Yeah.
really like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm kind of like jaded by the whole industry and shit. Like I'm already like getting older, and I'm like I don't play by the same rules as like everyone. I don't like I say what's on my mind, and maybe that is like put me in certain places and shit. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm just like I forgot the original question.
Well, no, but this is going
I was
about
saying
getting
like,
open. Yeah.
I was trying to like say like I'm like goal oriented right now these days. So if I'm doing a project, I don't like I'm just chill. Like I'm saying it comes through me. It's not like I don't stress on shit too hard. Or if it don't come to me right away, I don't try to make the song right away or try to finish the project right away.
Yeah.
As
And you
far
think
as
that's just come with experience?
it's come from like me being upset and like just wanting to like outshine everything I do and like I don't know, you get what I'm trying to say? Like I'm kind of like
Yeah.
it's tough, bro. Like I'm really like focused on anything that like is put in front of me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I'll do these features and shit, and then some people will be like just trying to like not pay. They ask me about it, and I'm like, bro, I mean, this is my real job. Like, you know,
Yeah.
this like you got a real this. Some people got other jobs, and this is my
Right.
job. This was
Yeah.
you're inquiring about me doing a song with you. Don't be like, oh, I thought we were just gonna collab. I didn't know you were gonna charge me. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, people think I'm on a lower tier or something. I'm like, I don't even charge that much, and it just be like, so if I do charge something, I'll knock that shit out right away to the same day. Like, I'll finish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not like I'm focused. It's more my focus is yeah. I guess it's experience and just like eager to like do shit.
Right.
Nowadays,
Right. Good
more.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a trip because when we were thinking about the topic today, and I wanted to talk to you and Kandi Cole's coming on later about that idea of like you said, this is my job, this is what I do, because I feel like there is a disconnect, man, especially when people first start out in this, they think they want to be in the entertainment. Everybody thinks they want to be in the entertainment business until they actually see how it works and they see the interactions. And like you said, it's very easy to get jaded on the business side of this thing because not everybody is as serious as you're saying. But you have accepted like, yo, this is who I am. This is who I am as an artist. For people who are like in that place, are they wondering like, yo, what is the commitment level to be a lifetime artist? Like, what did it take for you to just accept like, yo, this is who I am. I'm different. I'm going to always think different. I'm going to work different. My goals are different. Like, what did it take for that?
It's my upbringing and growing up how I grew up.
Yeah.
I grew up with, you know, hippie parents. And I'm you know, I figured it out early on what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Like when I was real little, I was like, oh, I want to play basketball. And I'm too short. I'm 5'7".
Yeah.
Like, I could have done it. You know what I mean? Like that was my life when I was young, but I grew out of it because when I got to high school, everyone was like grown man size and shit on the team. Like, so, but yeah, like, so it's either basketball and then stuff with music. So
yeah.
I always knew I wanted to make music. Like I said, I was writing songs since I was like 9 years old.
Wow. And when you look forward and you look down the road, because you have your own family now, you have, you know, obviously you're a grown man, you're living your life. When you look down the lane, are you like, this will just always be part of me? Like, have you just kind of accepted, like, I'm probably always going to be making some sort of art?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's just there, right? It's just
that's why I have like a catalog. Like I know a lot of my friends that they weren't like, I'm blessed where I'm at in my position to be able to do that. But I know a lot of friends, they got to work hard to, you know, get their stuff going on. And man, I put a lot of years in trying to make music and trying to get in scenes and do all kind of stuff. So yeah, it's like it's not for everyone.
Yes, I agree.
People would go broke, you know, trying to put their music out by themselves.
Mm-hmm. Talk about it, bro.
It's not easy at all. It's very hard to do. So
yeah, it's weird.
The level of commitment has to be like, it's your life. Like you have to know that's your life. Like even if you didn't make it, like I didn't make it to bigger goals, like I've always kind of dreamed of, I've accepted where I'm at and I love it. And I wouldn't do anything different.
Yeah.
I know it's certain kind of musical choices that I made and different kind of music that I put out. Like people can't put me in a category.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to put me on a show with a reggae rock venue, and it's hard to do like different things. It's hard for me to get into like certain situations sometimes.
Yeah. And I think that's all, dude, but that always, to me, I'll tell you this, like my philosophy on that topic right there, like being that different, to me, from what I've seen, my experience in this is that those people do have longevity in their careers, because things that can be replaced by other things do that. They get replaced by other things. When you have something that is only yours and only sounds like you, when like you have a very distinct sound, there's nobody can go like, oh, he's trying to sound like this or he's trying to do this. It's a very distinct sound. You can tell, oh, this, like I said, when I analyzed it, I was like, oh, this is what he must listen to, because you can hear these elements and influences of like all these different types of music. Mm-hmm. And it turns out that is what you listen to. You do listen to reggae. You do listen to like, you know, these vocalists and hardcore MCs as well. But I think that when people have like a style like yours, I do see like longevity in that, bro. And so like if it's never been said, I'm definitely telling you right now, bro, like you are definitely appreciated. And everyone that I've ever introduced your music to has become a fan. So I think that speaks a lot about what you do, bro.
Yeah, that's dope. I appreciate you guys for showing light on this, because like, yeah, man, a lot of us need more appreciation to figure out what exactly we do. Because like some people still think I just rap, you know, like some of my friends that I grew up with even are like on IG, like they just think I just rap. They don't even know, like they don't ever understand what goes into it, or like that I'm making all the sounds. I'm playing guitar. I'm I'm getting other people to play guitar. I'm playing all the keys and all the weird sounds and flute and weird instruments and congas and percussion sounds and beatboxing and all. I'm making all that stuff in my albums that I present. The only reason I want to make more albums is so I have more like physical CDs or something to present when I go do a show. Because people be like, dang, you got like 6 different CDs right now? They're like, what the hell? Like, this fool only got his new one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So even though people ain't even on CDs, just any other platform, you know what I mean? I want to have just keep putting out albums and shit. So,
well, I hope that you keep doing that, bro. And I hope that when you drop whatever project, you always come by and let us know, let our audience know. Please come by and promote it. You got an open door policy here, bro. Anytime you want. You already know your fam. And it's like I was thinking about it like when you were saying you know, how long you've been doing it and what you've been doing. It's something that Alex always said to me, like he's like after a while you get in this sweet spot where it's like you have tenure. Like if you're like a professor, like you have tenure, like they can't fire you anymore. You know what I mean? Like you are here, like it is. And that's what you have. Like you have tenure. Like people who know, and people who don't know, when they find out, they understand.
It tripped me out because people I've been looking up to, they be like, you're a legend and you're a beast. And you're like, I'm like, I need to like do the Kanye West thing and have someone film me everywhere I go.
Maybe.
So I
maybe, bro.
I'm a little late, but
you ain't late.
I gotta have all these people that be telling me this shit, bro, because I don't look at myself like that. I try to be as humble as I can, no matter how I know how skillful I am, like you know, the wizardry, but that's besides the point of you being a person or a good person. So you know, I'm arrogant when it comes to me making music, but I'm trying to be a really good person, you know. So that's what it's all about.
Well, fucking bro, mission accomplished. And anything we can ever do to help push the movement, we're here, bro. Obviously, we will always push it to the people that follow us. People in the chat room saying you dropping gems, saying that you're open. This dude is unlocked. So the audience is there, bro. So anything we can ever do, like I said, we have an open door policy to you. Please come back. Please come back and promote. Thank you so much for being on the show, dog.
Yeah, hey, the album I'm about to put out, I'll plug that shit real quick.
Yes, please do. Please do.
Yeah, it's I got fucking Toko Tasi, rest in peace. I got my brother Opie Ortiz on it. I got Tumex on it. I got my boy Garrett Douglas on it. I got some heavy hitters on it. It's gonna be dope. And I did have the release date, the 19th coming up, but I had to push it back because I'm getting all the mixes real tight how I want it. So yeah, follow me on Instagram and all that. And
dope.
Instagram /Philieano and all that. And I got mad heat coming out. I just dropped a few songs on my Bandcamp. So philieano.bandcamp.com. And you'll find a few leaks from the album coming out. The album's called Cirillo.
There it is.
Word up.
There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, please follow everything Philly does and support him, man. When he puts those records out, the least you guys can do is share, like it, let other people hear it. Because like he said, the independent grind is a daily thing. It's not like this is his job. This is his full-time job. So if you want to support, help out the full-time job. Feel me? Cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, man, we'll see you next time, bro. Please come back. Please come back.
Oh, yeah. Much love. Respect.
All right, brother. Take care.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Philieano, man. One of the good ones, bro.
Yeah.
Please go back and follow everything that he's doing. Man.
That was dope, man.
Just a good dude, right?
Yeah,
good dude.
Definitely.
But very like that. This is what I like about this show because I like to Philly. Let me see. I probably like officially met him maybe a couple years ago, but I never get to like talk to him about like his personal life like that.
Right.
But I too am a fan. So like I knew like how talented he is. I have mutual friends who speak very highly of him.
Mm-hmm.
Tumex being one of those people. But hearing like his thought process and where he comes from and how that comes together, I get him more now. I get him more.
Yeah.
I get it all because now I've seen him live. I've seen him as like, you know, out of artist mode, just hanging out with the homies, and now I've seen him in a green room. I've seen him on this show. I've seen him in artist mode. I already knew that he was, you know, production wise. I've known that he's a beast.
Right,
it's ridiculous. MC, he's a beast. And now you guys know that as a person, he's a great dude, trying to be a good person. I love it when people are like open about that.
Yeah.
Because I feel like nowadays people are almost like, they're almost ashamed of like, to say like, oh, I'm trying to be a good person. Like that's soft or something. Like that isn't like the hardest thing to do. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like just being good all the time, actively wanting to be a good person. That shit's hard to do. And I can tell you this, in the music business, it gets even harder to do that.
Right, right. Because you come across different situations every time, you know, you're on the road or you're at a show or you're just on the streets. It's just, yeah, man, it's just different.
Yeah, it's a journey. And like he said, for him, it is a lifelong thing. He doesn't see himself any separation from his art.
Right.
And I know that a lot of the people that we talk to on the show, they feel the same. That seems to be a theme, like not separating yourself from your art, accepting that your art is who you are. So like if you make, basically what that is, if you make art and you say you're an artist, then say you work a 9-to-5 job. That's your side job.
Yes.
That's really as simple as I can put it. It's accepting the fact that you are an artist, calling yourself an artist, becoming an artist, and then acting as if, no matter how the money's coming in.
Right, right.
That's a major thing.
It's a tough to distinguish it.
Yeah, and it's a major key. I've never seen anybody do it any other way. You first have to accept that you're an artist, that your hours, the things that make you happy, the things that are part of your goals, they all look very different than a normal person's day to day. That's the first step in it. So you kind of have to accept that.
And that, from what we've heard from many artists, is the hardest part, the accepting that. Yeah,
because most artists have that thing. We've talked about it on here, that imposter syndrome of people. It's feeling like you're not worthy. That's basically all it is.
Yeah, the feeling of not worthy, like what is someone gonna think? I mean, so many thoughts come into the head that it's like, oh, it kind of there that then slows you down to then convince yourself and then to truly believe that you are an artist.
Yeah. Yeah, because if you think you're not worthy, it's
tough, man.
It's not enjoyable. Right. That's what it is. It's because you're constantly thinking the jig is up. They're going to figure out that I'm not as good as whoever your favorite artist is. Like, they're just going to figure that out somehow. And I can tell you, everybody suffers from it when you make art. Everybody thinks that they're not good enough. And at some point,
they are, man.
Yeah, at some point you got to just, I mean, look at Philieano, very confident in his music, very confident in other things, not that aware of how people see him, which is good and bad, right? That's good in the way that, man, it keeps his art pure, but it's bad in the way that, like, how does he market himself? How should he market himself more? Or not knowing that there's a bunch of people waiting to root him on.
Right.
So,
that's a good one. Yeah.
So that's dope that he was able to come through and then maybe get some confirmation on that. You know, that he's on the right path. But you guys as supporters, you guys can help with that all the time.
Yes.
You guys can always help with that.
Yeah, definitely you want to, share, tell a friend.
People think that's not that big of a deal.
That is super valuable. So, and then if you want to go and take that extra step, then purchase something, Right. Because like he was saying, that is his source of income. So that's the way he makes his money. So you even as you share, if someone likes it, then they can purchase it if you're not able to purchase it or whatever. So
you're investing in the art. So if you like somebody's art, a way to support that is investing in the art. And sometimes the investing just means passing it on or putting it in a place where other people can find it so that maybe they can invest.
Right.
And then you're helping spread the word. Those are the best types of supporters on every level. I don't know any artists who don't think that those are the best types of supporters.
Right.
You know, so yeah, man. Shout out to Philieano.
Thanks.
Good booking, Eddie. We'll get him back on too when he drops his record, I think.
Yeah, we should, man. Oh, we will. We'll get him back.
And we got Kandi call at what time?
8:15.
8:15. Okay, so we got some time here.
You got some commercials in there, man? Or?
Oh, well, let's make sure. No, in fact, I need some new commercials.
Right. I know they're listening, so get these commercials over here.
Some new commercials for the Heartful Truth. I need some new commercials for the Parker Edison Project. But if you are into podcasts, you're into amazing podcasts, the Parker Edison Project, man. Check it out. It is streaming on all audio podcast platforms.
Yes.
Hosted by none other than Parker Edison. And he just dropped an amazing ode to Biggie. On March 9th, we dropped the episode. And we talked to a bunch of people. We talked to some people over at the Happiness of Pursuit Festival. We talked to a promoter who threw a Biggie show, and he tells this amazing story about Biggie not wanting to perform and Diddy and all the behind the scenes stuff. Man, it's amazing. Parker really dives into like stories about culture and what makes America tick. So
he's
please,
good, man. He's really good at that.
Tune into the Parker Edison Project. In fact, I'm working on a brand new episode. I'm editing an episode for them right now. So look out for this season. It's going to be good. We got a lot of dope guests coming up on this season. So check it out. Learn something. Tap into some cultures. I think this is one of the dopest things about the Parker Edison Project is you learn. I've learned some things about culture in general. And how it works, like what culture really is. Because I think people throw that word around like very easy.
Right.
Very loosey-goosey. But it is not. It's a very complex, layered thing. And culture works in a lot of different ways. And Parker Edison discovers that along with you if you're listening. So tune into the Parker Edison Project.
Please.
Anywhere podcasts are found. Also, right here on this network, PlatformCollection on YouTube. You can check out Beat Block TV. There was an episode on last night, so there's a fresh episode on right now. You can go over to PlatformCollection and watch it. All the shows. So basically, my show, Chris Sees the Internet, Beat Block TV by Gene Flow. Those are live shows, but really we're just recording the show live. Right. So you don't have to catch it live. You can catch it whenever you want. And we've had some amazing interviews this year, so please go check that out. But B Block TV every other Monday.
Yep.
So not next Monday, but the Monday after, because we just had an episode yesterday. And that's all Beatmaker Radio.
Yeah. So if you guys have beats, you can send them to me to hiphop80@gmail.com. Make sure it's at least 3 beats, and they're a minute to 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So get those beats over. We'll get you on rotation.
Dude, what's up with these people sending in like 30-second beats, bro? I heard one last night. It was like a 30-second beat or something.
I don't know, man. I think it's that fear that they're talking about. It's up in the
They
air.
don't want to be too lit.
Yeah.
But like, no, man. Sometimes the 30 or 40-second beats are like, they're like super dope. They are. And Gene ends up having to wheel them up. So anyways, producers, please send in how long again? At least a minute, right?
At least, 1 to 3 minutes and minimum of 3 beats. Send them over. And shoot them to my email, hiphop80@gmail.com. I'll put you on the roster. Send the beats over to the Beat Block.
Yep.
And we'll get
you'll
you
get played.
Rotation.
And you get played. If you send it in, it gets played.
Yep.
That's the cool thing about the show. So you're hearing producers from all levels. It's all producer radio, hosted by Gene Flow every other Monday. Please go check it out right here on this network, PlatformCollection. And then lastly, but not leastly,
at all,
the Heartful Truth. The ladies over at the Heartful Truth, Melly Moreno, 7 Octobers. You know they're sisters. So they're sisters. I said, do you know? Of course you know they're sisters.
Oh, yes.
They're sisters. But Melly gets the Moreno. Like you notice that everybody calls her Melly Moreno. Like people will be like, "Well, it's Melly Moreno, Melly Moreno." They say her full name.
Yep.
And then it's just 7 Octobers are 7.
Yeah.
But anyways, they're sisters. They have an amazing show called The Heartful Truth. And it's on right here on Platform Collection. And let me tell you,
they have amazing guests, great stories.
Yeah, it's become one of my favorite podcasts already.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you, this is why I think it's important that these shows exist. This is why we do these shows, anyways. For the most part, guys, if you're an indie or underground artist, in order for you to get a good interview, in order for you to be featured, have good conversations, and especially talk about stuff outside of like your primary art, like talk about more than just music.
Right.
It's hard. It's hard to find shows like that. And so at Platform Collection, we're trying to make shows that give quality interviews, quality coverage, honest coverage of artists. And The Heartful Truth, what they're doing is talking about the emotional sides of this business. Right. And the things that maybe if you're a fan of an artist, you don't necessarily think about that an artist has to deal with some of these issues that you have to deal with. Right. Because sometimes we overlook that. I know I do that with my favorite artists. I rarely think about like their relationship with their mom or relationship with their grandmother or marriages or kids.
Right.
And on The Heartful Truth, they're talking about all those topics. Not just being an artist, but maneuvering the emotional landmines of just being a human being.
And still creating art.
Man. So I think it's been a dope kickoff to their season already. They had XP the Marksman on, and Mickey Vale just dropped. Both of them, by the way, dropped amazing knowledge. If you are an artist or you're trying to be an artist, I would tune in to The Heartful Truth because the artists on there are talking about things. And I've interviewed a lot of the artists they've had on their show, and they're talking about things that I've never heard them talk about before. So
real quick thing on XP. So that day he was going to do the interview with them. He had hit me up and he's like, family member had just passed away. And he was talking to his cousin about,
and he did it anyways. Yeah, I heard that.
I was like, you want to change schedule? He's like, no, it has to happen. I'm locked in, but give me another like 30 minutes or so, and I'll get on. And what, like, I mean, that
they caught him in a weird place, right?
Yes, weird place, but the
very open,
very open, and it was talking about his mom that has passed away, and what a like combination of everything just in one. So they got his full like true feelings out with their questions, man. That were amazing.
And again, if you're an artist like XP, for the most part, let's be honest, he's going on shows where they're talking to him about just his music, just his records, but what we have come to find is most of our friends who are artists are way more than just their art.
Right.
They're way more than that. And so on The Heartful Truth, they get a chance to talk about way more than that, and it pours out, man. So far, XP the Marksman, Mickey Vale, Noah James is coming up, and Gene Flo. Gene Flo sat down with him, so I'm interested in that. I don't even know what that's going to be like. My partner in the Invisible Ponchos, it's going to be really cool to hear them talk, and I heard they got deep.
I would tell you about
family issues,
but I'm invisible, man.
Have you seen it already?
I've heard about it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I think it's going to be good. Hopefully check it out and support the ladies.
Definitely. Yeah.
The Heartful Truth on Instagram as well. You can follow them there.
There's a Noah episode coming out soon.
I said Noah James.
Oh, you did say
I said Noah James.
My bad, man.
You already know that's going to be good.
Yes.
They talk about grandmas. And so both 7 Octobers and Melly
Moreno
lost their grandmother recently, and so did Noah James. So you can only imagine, like, again, I mean, these are next level conversations that most underground artists are not having on other platforms. So please support what we're doing here at Platform Collection. We're trying to give a voice to topics that don't usually have a voice, coming from artists that you guys already support and love. So check them out soon. We got Kandi Cole coming up. If you're just tuning in, shout out to Kandi Cole. Let me see. How did I meet Kandi Cole? I met Kandi Cole.
Was it Mickey Vale?
I want to say through Mickey Vale, but I kind of feel like I met her before that, though. Maybe. and I think I performed on a bill with Mickey Vale the first time I met her. And I want to say it was maybe in Pomona somewhere. It was way back in the day. We were on some bill. And but I've always known of Kandi Cole, or I've known of her for quite some time. Amazing MC. Yes. Another one of those real MCs. She's really about the life. Another lifelong artist. I want to talk to her about that. I want to talk to her about what she's been up to lately. I've seen her popping up on flyers more. So that's always exciting. That's what got me excited when I started to see that. I was like, oh, I need to talk to Kandi. I consider her a friend, a very talented artist. And,
she was even overseas. I remember a couple of years ago. I think
her and Mickey went
Israel, right? Or
to Paris, I think.
Paris? Oh, man.
Yeah, I think they went to Paris. Well, they were just overseas doing their hip-hop thing.
That was so fire for them, man.
And she's in a group with Mickey Vale, the MC. Maybe they'll talk a little bit about that and what's going on with that. But Kandi Cole, you should look her up if you don't know her yet. She's a queen MC.
Yes.
One of the people that you guys should be checking for, especially as I feel like hip-hop is coming of age. I feel like hip-hop is coming of age. I feel like hip-hop is finally having room to hear from every age range.
Right.
And and hip-hop is finally smartened up to the nonsense of only promoting music during our early years as minorities. That's insane. And it's low-key racist that they only want to promote music when we are at our youngest and most impressionable. That's weird. Have you guys ever thought about that? Have you guys ever thought that, oh, that's right, in brown and black music, urban music, most of what gets pushed forward is the youngest, most impressionable, sides that can make mistakes, people that are still developing as human beings. And then as artists get older and more wise, they try to turn their voices off. There's something weird about that. That's always rubbed me a wrong way. I don't know about you guys, but that always rubs me a little bit of the wrong way, because I think I want to hear from MCs, especially as a hip hop artist. I want to hear from MCs who have some wisdom.
Right.
I like to learn things from music. I don't just digest music like fast food. And I know there's a lot of people like me. There's a lot of people that music is a very important part of their life. It's a soundtrack to their emotions. And if they have the chance, they're always going to share their emotions with music. So to me, music isn't just fast food. It means something. There's something important to it about it. And I think hip hop, now we are entering this time where I feel like I'm starting to see that hip hop is coming of age, and there is room for MCs at every age level, just like there is room for singers at every age level, or soul singers. Or it's just that people forget that hip hop is young. It's still young. It's relatively young when it comes to just the music business in general. So we're going to talk to Kandi Cole about that. The Zoom line is open. I see that she just got in. So
well, the good thing about this is that we still look young. I mean,
I look young.
What?
I wouldn't say. I mean, the we thing. Yeah, I don't know about we. Me and Kandi look young.
What?
I don't know. I don't know about. We'll talk about it after, though. Well, you know what I mean? Let's find out what's going on with Kandi Cole. Kandi, what's up, man? Welcome to the show.
Hey. Hi, how are you?
Oh, long time no see.
Long time no see, Kandi.
Forever. It's been forever.
Yo, thank you for coming on.
You look good. You look good.
You look amazing, as always. You always have a glow, man. Your positive glow is something that you always have, fam. Like, for reals. Like, it always makes me good.
Working on it.
Good. We just had the homie Philieano on. And he's got that glow too. We says the same thing. You look good, Philly. Like, he has that glow. There's something about accepting yourself as an artist, Kandi, that does something to you. Like, you are one of those people that I've always looked at as a dope example, as somebody who for whatever reason, and this, I want to hear it from you, why, like, for whatever reason, you've chosen art as your life. Like, this is just what you do. It is who you are. I'm sure just like any other artist, you may have had times where you're like, I don't know, I might do it. Can I walk away? Or maybe you did, and and you just can't. For whatever reason, you can't let it go. I know I can't. I've accepted it. Where are you at with that? Are you a lifelong artist? Will you always make art?
I think I have to.
Yeah.
I think it's in me. I've quit several times. I quit several times a day. So I think at this point you can't fight it. You just have to go with the flow of life. And if you're creative, it's in you. You know what I mean? Like, you could say you're done and everything, but you still like think of a good idea or a hot bar, or, you know, it's just, it's in you. It's not going anywhere. So when you don't fight it and just kind of move with it, I think things kind of work a little easier, but it's not. What was
the process for you? Like, what was the process? Because I'm assuming that wasn't always there, right? Like, that was something that you had to work towards to finally accept, this is who I am. I'm not going to. Because, I mean, we all, as artists, we can all relate to the family struggles, right? The way people see the artistic life, the way people misunderstand it. Because there's things that you need that are different than somebody who works a 9 to 5. There are things that your peace of mind has to be in a different place. And that's actually a job. It's actually your job to get open. Like we talked to Philieano about, like, to get open. Yeah. How long did it take you to, like, finally accept that? Or at what point did that happen?
To be completely honest, it was, I left corporate America probably about 10 years ago. It was, I was like working at this ad agency, and I could just remember waking up every day and I was just angry. Like, I was mad. I had to go to work and I couldn't make music. Like, I was just mad. Like, it was stressing me out. And, you know, I saved up some coins and just said, fuck it. And I bounced, and I haven't been back since. So it was at that point that I decided to just take it on full time and just live. And it's not, I can't say that I would recommend it to everybody.
Right.
Your heart definitely has to be in it, but it was probably one of the best decisions I ever made. And yeah, it's just like your creative mind kind of, it doesn't stop. It doesn't turn off. And when you feel it inside of you, just take advantage of it while it's there, because, you know, those creative sparks, they come and go. And this moment that we live in, this life, is gone so quick. Like, just do what makes you feel good. And if you're able to achieve it with a little bit of sacrifice and hard work, then do it. But yeah, it was that. I remember just going into work and I was like, I can't do this anymore. I gotta go. I gotta go. So. And
you never went back. That was it. After 10 years.
No.
Wow. Yeah. So what? And I can relate. What is? Because I know for me, one of the things was, I felt like it took a while for even just my body and my mind to adjust, not having or even like the idea of a boss, right? Like, I'm going through the majority of my life going like, I have to answer to something. And then when that wasn't there anymore, there was almost a part of my brain that was like, oh shit, like, what do we do now? Right? Like, how do I motivate myself? And I had to learn all those things. And I've watched you over the years. I was trying to think of how long we've known each other, Kandi. It's been a long time. It's been
probably been about 10 years.
Yeah, right. About 10 years. And I spoke about it before you came on. You're an amazing MC. Yep. I mean, there's nobody that doesn't know Kandi Cole has bars. She makes dope music. She has songs. And your performance style is so like
fire.
It's fire. It's like there's a domineering thing about your performance style that when Kandi's on stage, you know Kandi's on fucking stage. And that's literally that's how I first saw you. I saw you perform first before I really got to speak with you. And I met you through Mickey Vale, a friend of ours. And you're still going at this point. Like you said, 10 years ago, you walked away from corporate America, but you were making art then too. 10 years removed from that, what have you learned, Kandi? Like, what are things that you're like, as a lifelong artist, these are things that maybe I didn't know at the beginning, and now I do know for sure?
Back in November, I dropped a project called Kill the Ego. And basically it was a project, basically get out of your own way. Yeah. Right. There's this little voice in your head telling you you're not good enough. It could be better. It's not finished. All those little things that keep us from it. And when I put the project together, I held on to it for a while, and to come up with the title, it was so fitting because I held on to it for so long because I was so afraid that it wasn't good. You know, it wasn't me, it wasn't this, it wasn't that. And if I could have told myself, kill the ego 10 years ago, to the moon. I've had a great run in the last 10 years from touring and releasing music and performing and stuff like that. But if I could have gave myself that jewel, that little gem right there 10 years ago, unstoppable. Because I think as artists, like we're artists, we're creatives. And I know 50 rappers with 50 songs just sitting in their computer that no one's ever heard or gonna hear.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Like, drop the music, just put it out there, and so that's what I had to learn and kind of teach myself over the past few years. It's just like, kill the ego, just shut up, do it, close your eyes, throw it out there. If it lands, whatever. But I think that was probably one of the most important things I would tell myself back then.
You know what's interesting too is, in fact, I was just talking to Mickey Vale about this recently. I'm excited about what I see because it's very easy to get jaded in the hip hop industry and go, everything sucks, things are bad. People, the things that are getting attention are not the things that should be getting attention, blah, 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 blah. But what I can say from working behind the scenes in the industry for so long, I am noticing this switch. And I do feel like it was just natural and that maybe we were all just scared for nothing. But hip hop is growing up, and the conversation of hip hop can no longer be denied. It is in every fabric of America. It's in every piece. It is already saturated every part of America. And in that, what has happened is that even younger people have decided that they don't want to just hear one narrative anymore. They don't want to just hear one voice from one age group all the time. When you're performing, you just performed recently. Do you think there is a place for the type of music that you make? You make conscious music, but you also make really authentic, amazing hip hop. Is there still a place for that?
I think any good music has a place.
Woo! Speak on it.
And I've recently been performing at some much younger venues where the music, where they were bouncing off the walls and all the auto-tune was off the chain and everything. And I come in with my boom bap. I'm like, you hear the record screech. Like, is this the right joint? But I mean, after I spit it out, like, it's just, it's still received well. It's like, it's the energy transference. It's not really about, what you look like, what your age is, anything like that. It's just like, how does it make you feel? And if you could still make music that makes someone feel good, then your timeline is infinite.
I agree. And I think you're one of those artists, dude. I think you're one of those artists that, like I said, every time I seen you, it's always, I mean, that's the other thing though, right? And I want to talk to you about this though, is as I'm saying this, I'm also thinking about the idea though, I don't want to take away from the fact that the reality is you work really hard at your craft. Mm-hmm. Like, that's really what it is. Like, I know you are. I know how serious you take it. I know that you consider yourself a true MC, and that is really what you are. When it's a full-time thing, like when it is a full-time part of your mind, I'm an artist, this is what I do. How much of your craft are you working on like a daily basis? Like, how much do you feel like it takes part of your day?
Recently it's that, I mean, that question has a different answer from today versus 2018.
Yeah.
You know, we had this long stint with this, you know, pandemic and the shutdown, and it's like I was in the middle of a tour, of an international tour, when it was like, nope, you can't go. Like, so it kind of switched my gears a bit, and my creativity kind of went south. I was just kind of stuck. Like, okay, we're not performing, we're not releasing things. I don't feel creative. What am I about to do? So as far as it taking up my days now, like it's still kind of promoting the project that I have out, putting some songs together. I've started dabbling in other areas. Like I've been writing plays.
Wow.
I just wrote a play that's gonna have a run in the summer.
Nice.
Congratulations.
So, you know, thank you. So that's like, it's that creative thing that just, you can't stop what's in you.
Yeah.
If it's in you, it's in you. You could fight it all day, but it's going to come out one way or another. So when the music died and I couldn't be on a stage, then it was like, okay, how else are you going to outlet this part, you know? And so as far as like my daily process is, there's playwriting, there's music, and there's trying to pay the rent. Like I live in LA, this shit is expensive. So I was just, you know, hustling to get it. So yeah. As far as music right now, working on projects with other people and just kind of tossing out verses here and there. But really my focus was just getting the project out and pushing that, because that just took so much of me to get it out, because I was holding on to it for so long. Yeah. And then just kind of keeping the wheels going after I let it out.
How do you feel now that it's out? Like now that it's out, how do you feel when you think about in retrospect? Okay, I was in a weird place with before putting this out. Now that it's out and you're letting it breathe and people are reacting to it, how do you feel about your previous feelings?
Oh, I want to kick myself in the ass. Like, like, what were you waiting for? I mean, duh. Like, just put it out. I don't want to leave here with any music left inside of me. I don't want to leave here with any ideas, thoughts, amazing plans left inside of me. Like, I just want to get it all out before I'm gone. So
that's beautiful.
For me to do that, it was a huge feat that opened up doors to allow me to create more things and not be so afraid of nothing. I mean, we're really afraid of nothing. Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah. So once I got out of my own way, then, you know, the sky's the limit.
What do you, when you're looking out at like hip hop today and even just the music industry, when you look out at it, is it a place that you feel like, oh, I can maneuver this? Or do you feel like, is it becoming more challenging, or is it becoming easier to maneuver? Like, how do you see it as an artist who now has seen, like myself, a bunch of different phases to this? I remember the label days. I remember that. I remember when people were getting label deals for $1 million and shit. Like, I remember those days to people working in labels jumping out of windows because the business was over. Like, I've seen a few now. What do you see with the time that we're in right now, and how do you feel about it?
To be honest, I have no desire to be in this industry right now. It is like, I really have no desire. Like, it's gross. It's gross. You gotta, it's bad, but I can't not make music, you know? So it's a tug of war with my soul right now. Like,
yeah, it's like a weird balancing act, right?
Yeah, because I don't have any desire to pimp myself out on social media and, you know, do all the bullshit that an artist has to do to gain a fan and all this other stuff before they even hear the music. I have no desire. So I don't know. I don't really worry about that. Like, my goal is the same as it has been since I started, was to make music that feels good, to touch as many souls as possible, and to touch as many stages as possible, and to live a good life doing so. Like, that's still the goal. Yeah. All of the extra shit in the, I can't, I don't know. So I don't know if I'm I don't know. But that's where I am. That's where I still am.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I feel like we're in an era where an artist can make up their own rules. I really do. Like, I really do feel like there's enough at our fingertips. There's enough tools that can be used in creative ways. I, for one, am not like someone who is afraid. Obviously, I'm not afraid of the technology part of this side. And I think that artists like yourself who have the craft already, right? And that's the part that I think new artists tend to sometimes put behind everything else, right? They put it behind the clout, the attention. They put behind the craft is almost like last place for a lot of people because it can be confusing. And I understand. People are like, how do I get a leg up in this industry? You know? And so sometimes the craft gets lost, but an artist like yourself is a master at your craft. You already have that part down. So the tools that are available to us, like this one, right? Like we're using one of them right now. Like we're literally connecting with you and then hopefully putting you in front of audiences that we know, and then they can discover it, and then they're down the rabbit hole. So I feel like an artist like yourself, I'm really rooting for right now during these times, because I think I really do feel confident about this, the thing that it is your time. It is your time because the industry has finally, the industry has caught up to the craft now. Finally, they understand that we need that. We just had this whole phase of mumble rap. We've had this phase of, like meme rap where people, even the industry knows now, like, okay, it's not a viable thing. Those things don't last forever. So if you're an investor and the times that we're in are shaky, you probably want more of a sure thing. You want more of a thing where you can put your money on and it's a brand you can trust. Queen Kandi Cole is a brand you can trust. And so I'm rooting for you. I think that it's an amazing time right now. Like I said, before you came on, I told the audience, it got me excited to see you on fly. I saw you pop up on a few flyers and I was like, oh shit, here she comes.
Yeah.
And that's why I told Eddie, I was like, we need to reach out to her because I need to feel what her energy's like. I need to know that she's out here doing work because I'm excited about it.
Thank you. I think that when I started to appreciate the journey is when I started winning. Right?
Oh, that's awesome.
When I was just heavy into the grind and all I wanted was a record deal, 10 years ago when they were giving out $1 million for nothing. That's all I wanted was a record deal. Let me sign me to Def Jam or whoever, And when I look back now, like I've touched stages in other countries. I've performed with my heroes. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm winning. I'm really winning. Like I'm healthy. My family's good. Like this is it. So when I can appreciate that part of it, like everything else is a bonus, So there's nothing for me to do but keep going because I'm winning. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gotta keep going and do what feels good and keep searching for my happy, So
yes,
that's where we're at. That's where we're at. I'm not.
Yeah, and I think you left one out on your list of happy because yes, you've performed with some of your heroes. But let me say this, because I know you probably would never say this about your own self, but those people who are your heroes see you as one of them. And that's the doper part to me. Like they don't, you know what I mean? Like that's crazy. That's crazy to me because I know that. Like I've been in circles where you're not there and your name comes up and people are like, oh shit, Queen. Like, and I know, and you know what I'm saying? Kandi, on some brother sister thing as artists, I know what that feels like. That shit is so dope because that is really the reason. Like, oh, that's right. You are everything that you say you are. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Like you are everything that you say you are. And that's, I think that's really dope. And it's why I wanted to have you on the show because I had to do a vibe check because I'm like, okay, it might be a summer of Cole coming up and I'm talking the Kandi, not the J. And so I think it's going to be a good one, man. What can we look forward to for the rest of the year? Where are you at?
Right now, I am in the process of releasing some more visuals for the project. The goal was to put out kind of a short film for the project, but now we're just going to drop some visuals for that. So we're in the process of doing that. And
Nice.
I have a EP coming up solely produced by Lexine Productions that is in the works.
Nice.
And hopefully get back on a plane and touch some stages in other places.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
That's the goal. So
yeah, I'm trying to rock some stages with Kandi too. So we're going to be reaching out with you too. We're going to be reaching out. So yeah, man, I want you to come on whenever any project drops. Please, you have an open door. Like we told Philly, like you guys are artists. Like we want to support. Like I said, I don't feel like it literally has anything to do with how long you've been doing this. I feel like it's how sharp your sword is. And you have a sharp sword. You've always had a sharp sword. And so I'm eager to see it grow, especially this year. And if there's anything we can do to help that, please reach out. Please send us your music. Let us know anytime you drop something. And please come on the show and tell us your story. I appreciate
you guys like always supporting from day one. I just want to say that. Like you guys have stepped up in so many ways, from 50-50 stuff, shooting videos and just, sharing your platform and everything. Like, I just want to say I'm very thankful and grateful for that. So
oh man,
I appreciate you guys for keeping the culture moving forward. So
thank you so much. It's an honor, and it's an absolute honor to cover artists like yourself. Like I said, you guys, the people that I've had on the show are heroes of mine as well. You're one of those people. So just the fact that we can have these conversations and build, and if there's anything that we can do to add to your movement, I feel like we're doing enough. Like we tell you guys, if you want to support this show, please support the artists that we support. That's the easiest way you can do this. Support anything that Queen Kandi Cole does. Let them know how to support you. Let them know how to follow you, all the good stuff.
You can start off at KandiCole.com. That's Kandi, KANDICOLE, KandiCole.com. Music videos, merch, check me out, shows, all the fun stuff. Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook at Queen Kandi Cole.
Boom. Yeah. There it is.
So next time you're performing, let us know so we can stop by.
So we can and please send us send us flyers, send us whatever you need us to post over at PlatformCollection. And we got you as always.
Nice. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it.
Oh, much love, Kandi. And we'll see you soon. I know we will.
Absolutely.
So let's stay linked, though.
Okay.
All right. We'll talk to you soon, Kandi.
Take care. Thank you.
All right. Peace.
Boom. Kandi Cole, man.
Wow.
One of the best to do it. We got mad love for her. So we will, guys, please go follow anything Kandi does.
Please.
And follow her on all the platforms. Good stuff coming from Kandi Cole. And by the way, if you're just an MC and you just like people who rap really good, Kandi and Philieano are those people. They just rap really good. They rap really, really good. And they make amazing music.
Well, they're great performers, man. I've definitely, like I said, first time seeing Philieano perform. I've seen Kandi perform, and I'm already excited to see her again to perform.
Oh, I know.
I've that's why invite me to the show. I would love to go see her.
It's weird because it's weird too because both Kandi and Philly are both talk about like, being older statesmen in under, but don't they both look like kids? They look like kids.
Yes,
they look like kids. Like, yeah, I'm telling you, hip hop is changing in a big way. I can't wait till you see the first like father son, like actual artists like killing it. You know what I mean? Like, because it's about to happen. Like the generation. Think about this, guys. Like 90s hip hop generation, they're all like the young dads now and young moms. And they have kids who are into hip hop, and all that stuff is mixing. The cultures are learning from each other. The age ranges are learning from each other. I think that's super dope. So don't be afraid, man. If you are what they call quote unquote an old head, don't be afraid, bro. Don't be afraid.
Just dye your hair like me. I mean,
your time is here. And you're not being left out of the conversation
at all.
You're definitely not being left out of the conversation. That is not what's happening. In fact, you're going to be seeing a lot of older artists this year because we know some stuff going on behind the scenes. A lot of artists, and what I mean by older is just over 30. You know what I mean? That time in hip hop where people start to say like, "Oh, you've been doing this a long time." Yeah, if you're a hip hop artist, you've probably been doing it your whole life, and you probably will forever. So I'm waiting. I can't wait till 50-year-olds in hip hop are normalized, and because it is in soul, it is in classical, it's in jazz. Here's the reason why. If you need one reason why, I need to know the story of what that's like.
Right.
What is it like to be much older and still love hip hop and know that you've been there during the phases? I want to hear that, not just, oh, I'm brand new. I don't want to just hear that story. That's boring. You know? I want to hear all the stories. So it's dope. Philieano, Queen Kandi Cole, lifetime artist, and still going strong. Still going strong.
And like you say, man, we know how to pick them, man.
We know how to pick them, man.
Yeah.
You picked some good ones this week, man.
And we got some good one on Sunday too.
So,
man.
So we're back on Sunday at 7 p.m. We're back at our normal time right here on PlatformCollection. But by the way, apologies for the technical difficulties. We dropped out for a second. But when you see this, and if you guys don't know yet, the way it's been working is we record these live, and then they're private for about a day. And then a day after they're live, they're back up, edited, clean. So even the dropouts, you don't even notice them.
I get the messages too. Like,
yeah, where are they?
Private.
Yeah, it's private. Yeah, it's going to be. By the way, this usually goes private right after. That's the little thing. If you watch it live, you get to watch it early. You get to see all the
little hiccups. Sometimes.
All the little hiccups and the mistakes. But if you miss it live, you don't get to see that because when you see the recorded version, it's just it's clean.
Yeah, so we got Curtis King coming next.
Curtis King!
Yup, and Lisa J.
Oh, Lisa J. Oh, I just heard some dope news about that. I wonder if I could talk about that. Hold on, let me think. I ran into Noah James. Let's just say Noah James and Curtis King, they're working on something.
Oh,
that's all I'm going to say.
Hold off, yes.
That's all I'm going to say. Yes. They are just, they're working on something. And maybe we can get Curtis to leak it out. And we can put pressure on him to make sure that it's going to happen.
And if not, Lisa will.
Yeah. And then Lisa J, the first lady of Brick to Your Face. So next week, what we're going to be talking about is managing brands. Curtis King manages his brand, Curtis King Beats, Curtis King TV. Curtis King itself is a brand in itself. And he's gone through a lot of iterations, right?
Yeah,
he was the guy making YouTube videos every day. He was the guy who's left YouTube. He was the guy who came back to YouTube. He was the guy who was not advertising. He's the guy who is advertising. He is very experienced when it comes to promoting your platform, especially in a video platform. He's very experienced. So if you're trying to start a YouTube channel, if you're trying to dive into all things YouTube, tune in next week, or tune in this Sunday, actually, 7 p.m. Curtis King is going to be here. We're going to be talking to him about that. And then we're going to be talking to Lisa J., co-owner of Brick to Your Face,
right?
Smiley Face Printing, and manager of Noah James. So we're going to be talking to her about managing the brand. And trust me, she manages the brand. Everything from unpacking the truck to signing contracts, she's done it. Everything from setting up the stage to sweeping the venue, she's done it.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And they have some big things on their plate. They're going to be doing some amazing projects. She's managing Noah's career tremendously, and they're winning. So big guests coming next week. Curtis King.
A lot of gems.
Lisa J. Branding, marketing, and management. That's what we're talking about next week. So please tune in. It's going to be really dope. Once again, if you are tuning in for the first time, make sure you stay on PlatformCollection. Go check out the other shows. Even, like I said, and we're going to do a better job at this because I think sometimes we go live and people think, well, if I missed it live, I missed the show. But no, we're just recording the podcast.
Yes.
And maybe we won't always be live. I don't know. We've talked about that before. Mm-hmm. We've talked about just airing the show on Sunday nights. But I do like to occasionally, the people who know secretly that the show is actually live, they jump in the chat room and I like to kick it with them.
Yeah,
sometimes. So we're talking about it. We don't know.
We give a little bit to everybody.
The Heartful Truth is not live, and they're doing amazing.
Yes.
So I don't know. We'll see, guys. Maybe we'll stay live. I like it. I don't want to leave Gene Flow out there by himself, just floating. You know, the king of the live. He's the king of the live. Yeah. So Platform Collection, B Block TV, The Heartful Truth. What else, Eddie? What else do we need to be promoting?
Parker Harrison Project.
Right.
And of course, don't forget to tell people about Chrissy's The Internet.
Yeah. Every Sunday, 7 p.m. right here. We were on Tuesdays this week because we had a horrible...
It's like a blessing.
We had a horrible blessing of an accident.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we might be blessed.
Yeah. And if you tuned into this late, you'll see, check out the recorded version. We put up some pictures of the accident. Mm-hmm. We were in a car accident. So, man, what do you think about the guests? What do you think about What do you think about Philieano's idea that he's like, I need to do more when it comes to how I should promote or how I should market?
I definitely think he's in the right thought of mine on that part.
Yeah,
he definitely has to. I know he says he's a battle rapper, or what he does as far as that, but he definitely has to expose himself and not have the fear of like getting, critiqued or feeling anything. So
I definitely don't think he has that. I think what he has is, maybe it is that. Maybe it is.
It's like an undercover thing because he would.
He's one of the best undercover art. Like, here's the thing I want for Philieano is I want people to know how talented he fucking is.
Right.
Because he really is that guy who plays every instrument, does everything. So, okay, but I think Monday morning manage him. What would be the first thing?
I would like to set up probably some cameras to kind of record him.
His process. That story needs to be out there more.
Yeah, so I think
I agree.
If he does more of that, does more videos or even like a vlog or just get some stuff out on what his story is. Because, I had no idea about the Sublime thing. Which is
huge.
That contributed to what he does now. He saw that in that level, and now he's like, "Oh, I got to see it."
It's a big part.
And those kind of, that kind of music and that it's music, but sometimes they don't match, or they don't communicate in the sense that okay, this is this over here, and this is big over here. It's a different thing. So, but he was able to see that side of like, whoa, look at
that side of the industry. Yes. Right? He's seen the biggest parts of the industry,
and then. But unfortunately, sometimes this part of the industry doesn't look as glamorous.
What do you mean
as
the indie part? The indie part of the industry?
Yes, the indie part of the industry. Yeah, it doesn't.
I would like to see him do, maybe more filming of. You know what? I would say this for him and Kandi. Really, I'd like to just see their story more. Because this is why. Because I know that they're both like phenomenal people. Mm-hmm. Like their stories are phenomenal. Right? It just so happens that they're good people. That's like the blessing. But there are people who are not good people who are talented that have coverage.
Right.
That are showing their lives. Maybe it's just selfish on our part wanting it would be nice to have the good message out there as well.
Right.
And Philieano and Kandi Cole are the good message. It would be good to show, hey, look, these are people who are making music that is literally trying to expand people's minds. Mm-hmm. It's literally trying to touch their souls. It's literally trying to heal people. Here's how it gets made. And it's not normal. And it's weird. And it's out there. And they're both eccentric because they're artists, but they're also super creative, super talented. And you're right. You can't just get all that from just listening to the song.
Right. Yeah.
You miss most of that.
I mean, I would love to see Kandi, like the way she's writing a play. How...
Well, yeah, what does that look like?
Yes, yeah. Philieano when he's playing the guitar or he's doing a beat, like even
maybe Platform Collection should make. Maybe we should do like more in-depth features where we just go follow the process of one artist.
I'm with that. Yeah, we definitely need to get that.
Or maybe you listening to the show is like, hey, I want to make a show like that, and you can just come and do that for Platform Collection.
Yeah,
since we're already making 100 shows
and you're hired.
I'm on 20 podcasts.
Yeah. So definitely, if you're out there and you want to do something like that, contact us, info@platformcollection.com. And
people were getting at Gene Flow last night on his show about being his sound man. Because I guess the sound dropped or something. Because Gene's another guy who's doing it all himself. I literally have the board right in front of me. So I'm doing all the switching and all that. And yeah, sometimes you occasionally have. That's the only reason, if I didn't do it live, just so you guys know, the one reason I wouldn't want to do it live, because I just, as it's dropping, Eddie could see my face. Like, I am so fucking pissed when the internet drops, because I feel like, you know.
How dare they?
Yeah, and I feel like we're letting y'all down, the people watching it. I don't like it. I don't like you guys to have to log off and log back on. I know it's not a big thing, but I don't want you to do that. So that is one of the reasons why I'm like, I don't know if I want to keep going live. I don't want to risk dropping out. I mean, and we've had this issue worked on. I mean, I have the highest level internet, and it's still here's want me to be truthful with y'all.
Tell them.
I live in the hood. I live in Barrio Logan in San Diego. And our internet has been shoddy since the moment I fucking lived, since internet started. They don't ever come and service the internet in the hood. It's whack. I don't know what it is.
I'm going to write a letter.
I'm pissed about it. I want to get my own like line, like just like a dedicated line for us. But that shit is super expensive. So
yeah, that's a whole
story. I don't know.
But if you guys most definitely want to sponsor that, we are open for that.
We'll definitely take donations.
Yes,
to get a dedicated line, like a G5 line or some shit like that, you know. But yeah, we're just on the highest level of consumer internet, which, you know, occasionally drops out. You guys. If you guys have good internet and it never drops out, you know, it's weird. Why does it drop out? It shouldn't be dropped. That's like old school shit.
And it's not even like the weather. We have great weather out here.
Yeah, literally they just cut it. They're just like, you guys are too lit. Done.
Boom.
And then we got to jump back on it. And I don't like that. So maybe we just record it and put it up and premiere it on Sunday nights. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Well,
I'm going to sleep on it and see where I'm at with that. But yeah, I don't like the dropping out thing, guys. I don't like it. And then here's the other thing. This is the other thing that is it slows down is because it dropped that out now. I'm gonna put both the videos private, download both the videos from YouTube, and then stitch them together so they make one episode, and then upload that right back up, and that's a process. So that usually takes like a day for us to about 24 hours. Whereas if it records straight through, which you guys have seen, sometimes it will have no issues. It'll be right up that night.
Right.
And see, I don't like taking the extra steps when something drops out. I don't know. You guys let us know what you guys want to do. If you even care if it's live, it doesn't matter. If you don't care it's live and you're just catching it like maybe on your way to work or whenever you get a chance to, because to be honest, that's how I listen to podcasts.
Yeah, please let us know.
I listen to podcasts whenever I want to. I'll listen to like one podcast like over 3 days. So just sitting down to catch it live, I'm not sure I want to do that all the time.
Oh, I see what you're saying, man.
But I get it that the people who do, to me, like it. This is my number one reason for doing it live is I like to kick it with the people in the chat room. I like to see them talk. I like to see them hang out with each other.
And they like to hang out.
But if it's not that big of a deal, we can just do it recorded. Plus, me and Eddie have some aspirations to take this show on the road. We want to do some coverage in the field. We're going to be on tour soon. So I'd like to be doing it from tour, record it, shoot it like a normal TV show, upload it, keep the interviews, and see if that works. And if that's something you guys want to see, let us know.
Yeah, definitely. If there's any, and like you mentioned, tours, yeah, we're going to be on tour for sure. But if anybody else has, or anybody out there has tour dates or anything out there that
they want promoted or something, send it over.
Or Invisible Ponchos to show up, we'll show up, man.
Oh, you want us to come to them?
Yeah, we'll come to them. They can. Well, yeah, we have to go to them because we don't have a stage here.
You're promising some crazy shit right now. Like, what if like some crazy person's like, "Hey, come to our house." And that was the last time they ever saw Invisible Ponchos.
Yeah, but I mean, would they look for us since we're invisible?
True that. Well, think about that though. I don't know if
I'm
we
gonna sleep on that one then.
Anybody's house.
That's true.
But yeah, we want to take this on the road. I want to cover some concert stuff, some behind the scenes stuff. We're in a lot of backstage things, so it would be cool to just record some segments, stitch them together in a show, play them for you guys on Sundays. We're thinking about it though.
Yeah,
we'll see. If not, let's see.
We'll see you live on Sunday.
Yeah. Gene Flo in the chat room said we might have to be the visible ponchos so we avoid more accidents. Well, you're late on the joke because we said it earlier, but yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And being invisible has its downsides, apparently.
Yeah.
And car accidents are one of them.
Yeah.
So, guys, every Sunday, 7 p.m. right here. We'll see you this Sunday. Again, we got Curtis King, Lisa J coming up. Management, marketing, and branding. That's what we're talking about with the great Curtis King. If you're trying to start your YouTube channel, like I said, tune in. He's going to be excited for that. He's going to be dropping the jewels on you. So we'll see you guys Sunday, 7 p.m. Tell a friend. And that was the internet, and we saw it. We'll see you guys next time.